The calm being of God's kingdom, which in your sane mind is perfectly conscious, is ruthlessly banished from the part of mind of which the ego rules. The ego is desperate because it opposes literally invincible odds. Whether you are asleep or awake, consider how much vigilance you have been willing to exert to protect your ego, and how little you have been willing to exert to protect your higher mind. Who but the insane would undertake to believe what is not true and then protect this belief at the cost of truth? If you cannot hear the voice of God, it is because you do not listen. The fact that you do listen to the voice of your ego is demonstrated by your attitudes, your feelings and your behavior. Your attitudes are obviously conflicted. Your feelings have a narrow range on the negative side, but are never purely joyous, and your behavior is either strained or unpredictable. Yet, this is what you want, and this is what you are fighting to keep, and what you are vigilant to save. Your minds are filled with schemes to save the face of your egos, and you do not seek the face of God. The glass in which the ego seeks to see its face is dark indeed. How can it maintain the trick of its existence except with mirrors? But where you look to find yourself is up to you. We have said that you cannot change your mind by changing your behavior, but we've also said many times before that you can change your mind. When your mood tells you that you have willed wrongly, and this is so whenever you are not joyous, then no, this need not be. When you are sad, know that this need not be. When you are anxious, know that all anxiety comes from the capriciousness of the ego and need not be. As long as you feel guilty, your ego is in command, because only the ego can experience guilt. This need not be. I am not unmindful of your efforts, but you have still too much energy invested in your ego. This need not be. When you have given up this voluntary dispiriting, you have already seen how your mind can focus and rise above fatigue and heal. But you are not sufficiently vigilant against the demands of your ego that you disengage yourself. This need not be. Have you really considered how many opportunities you have had to gladden yourselves, and how many of them you have refused? There is no limit to the power of a Son of God, but He Himself can limit the expression of His power as much as He wills. Your mind and mine can unite in shining your ego away and releasing the strength of God into everything you think and will and do. Do not settle for anything less than this, and refuse to accept anything but this as your goal.